Well, you know, it's actually funny, ironic. You know, I've criticized Paul Ryan, and I'll continue to criticize Paul Ryan. If it was up to me, Paul Ryan wouldn't be the speaker. But they're actually getting more legislation through because through the House right now, and they're moving faster on taxes. I even think they're going to be moving faster on infrastructure. It was very important, if you saw yesterday in President Trump's announcement, that he had Schuster there, who does a lot with Ways and Means, who does a lot with transportation, maybe moderate, but whatever. But you're 100% right. We haven't seen anything come out of the Senate yet. And John McCain, your good friend, my good friend, John McCain even said, "Give me a break," the other day. We're not going to get all this stuff done in 12 weeks. So the senators, look, the senators, there are a lot of senators in there. Lindsey Graham was disgusted by I was there by the Trump campaign during the presidency. Burr, Burr didn't mind asking Donald Trump for money in 2014, but he seems to be, trying to gain favor with the DC elites with this Russian, with these continued hearings and investigation. But, and if we don't get anything out of the Senate, we can't get anything done. And by the way, it was very important. Trump tweeted the other day, the president tweeted, move everything to reconciliation, move everything to 51 votes. The Democrats have proven they're the party of no. The rules should no longer apply of the Senate, as Harry Reid started this trend, but the rules should no longer apply because the Democrats flat out will never accept this president and they want to impeach him. Speaker, I would hope that Leader McConnell understands that and will be able to start moving the same way he did on Gorsuch, on the Gorsuch nomination.
Yeah. So with that in mind, and as you bring up Leader McConnell, I'd be remiss if I did not point out what Democrat Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, who has been one of the few Democrats willing to work with the Trump administration, had to say. And let's understand, yes, there are delaying tactics in the Senate, even without using the filibuster. But Joe Manchin put this squarely on the shoulders of Mitch McConnell, saying the majority leader in the Senate, whichever party controls things, the majority leader has the power to move the calendar. And to see this dynamic at work with Mitch in his book, The Long View, you always got to take the long view. This lack of urgency is a problem. I don't know what goes on in terms of domestic policy in the McConnell household, but Elaine Chao, his spouse, is now the Secretary of Transportation. Do you believe she will try to impress upon her mate the importance of helping to implement the Trump agenda? Or is this just a situation where power couple prominence and establishment standing trumps the election of Mr. Trump and the desires of so many Americans who cast their ballot for Donald Trump? Only a couple of minutes left here, Sam.
We're going to put a lot of blame on Leader McConnell. I happen to have a more positive view of him than many on the right do, many of my fellow people on the right. But remember, I really don't think it's as much McConnell as it's going to be McCain, as it's going to be the one from Maine, as it's going to be Lindsey Graham, as it's going to be even Jeff Flake, who is even up for re-election but feels that he wants to run as this moderate. And I think that that's going to be the major problem. You have around, I think I looked at the other day, you have around 12 senators within that conference that are just not interested in advancing this agenda and are really not interested in being like majority party, frankly. I think that the Senate is where you really see the problem with the Republican Party, where it's a Republican Party that's really, at the end of the day, very corporatist. It's not against a large government, and it's more about special interests. So if we don't get anything out of the Senate, the problem for the president's going to be is he's going to say, his supporters are going to say, but you're the deal maker, you're supposed to get things done, get results. He's in a very hard situation here. I think he should impress on Leader McConnell. I think he should impress on him that there are certain things that the president can do to make his life terrible, and very friendly way, but be very honorable about it. But just say, look, it's time to get results, and I don't want to hear any more excuses. And if there are certain senators I need to call, let me do it. But why don't you give me a list? And I think that the president then, that's where he really should play hardball.